I'm actually going to do a vlog or a video. I'm not really sure what it is, but I'm going to show you how to make a really simple and virtually free Christmas wreath. Yay! You will need a ring, you will need moss. I do normally go and collect it from the garden, but I've actually cheated and got some from my friend here, which is why it's a slightly strange colour, but it's very damp, so it'll work perfectly. And then the other thing you need is delicious, wonderful berried ivy that you can find climbing up any trees and hedgerows. And it's got these gorgeous little berries on, which create a really beautiful display on the wreath. So, oh, florist wire, don't forget the florist wire. Okay, I will show you how to do this. So take your florist wire and you need to wrap it securely around your wreath ring. This is what you're going to be hanging it from, so you need to make sure that it is really, really secure. Lots of knots, lots of wrapping. You don't want it falling off your door. Imagine if the poor postman were to be hit horrifically in the face with a Christmas wreath. That would not make for a good Christmas. Right, so I've wrapped it around quite a few times, like that. Then we're going to make a hoop so that you can also hang it properly from your door. And then I'm going to wind that around there a few times so it's nice and secure. And again, back around. And then you've also got the starting point and you know when you're finishing. So then it's time to moss. So you want to grab little handfuls that you place onto the ring using your florist wire to secure it in place. And it's a bit of a judgment call. You want enough moss because the moss is what will keep the berried ivy moist, and then you can just water the moss and it'll keep going for months and months actually. So it's up to you how thick you make it. Some people like it really thick and poofy. I always tend to not possibly do enough, so I might actually add a bit more to that. You want to make sure that it's really moist. There we go. And just keep adding round and round. Now eventually you will reach the top again and it should look like this. So it's quite poofy, beautifully moist, ready to add the berried ivy. So you can keep your florist wire attached, maybe wrap it around a couple more times just for the poor postman, and then you can begin again holding it here. So now we're going to take some berried ivy, and this is the really fun bit. And this is the bit where everyone thinks, oh, I don't know how to do it. How many was it supposed to be? But what we're going to do is make a posy with about 5 little berries. Here we go. So you're making a tiny little posy like that. And you're going to place it diagonally. So berries at the top, stalks at the bottom, and you're going to wire it into place. Don't worry about the stalks at this stage. You can trim off a little bit if you want so they're not in your way, but it tends to just work itself out actually. So now I've got my next little posy. Now a good tip with these posies, if you've collected your berried ivy from different places, they're going to be slightly different colours. They can range from yellow through to purple. Some will be a lot bigger, some will be a lot more established. So try and mix it up a bit so you get a cohesive look all the way around. I've done it in the past where I've started with sort of gorgeous purples, quite large and almost floriferous. That's a good word, isn't it? And then I get halfway around and suddenly realise I've used tiny ones, so it almost looks segmented. So make sure you mix them up. Now, this is our second posy. I'm taking the stalks And instead of doing berries stalk at that end, you flip it round. So you add, see, even I have to think about this. You add the berries at the bottom this time and the stalks at the top. And then you wire it in. And this is the point when people begin to go, oh, I put it in the right place. You will get into the routine of up, down, up, down, up, down. And if you don't, it's really easy enough just to unwrap it and put it back, or even sneak a cheeky one in. It really is straightforward. So this one, it's got 5, but it doesn't look as fulsome as the others. So I'm just going to add a couple more. And really, that's probably why I love this wreath, because you can just make it up. It's not scientific at all, and it will look amazing, I promise. Okay, so we did stalks down and then stalks up. So now I'm doing stalks down again. It does need a little bit of thought to start with, but eventually you get into a lovely rhythm. And when I used to teach this at our school PTA Christmas fundraising evenings, everyone would start off saying, oh, I can't do it, it's too difficult. And bit by bit, they'd get into a rhythm until everyone was just really relaxed. And at the end of the night, all these women that had said, oh, I don't want to come, I'm not very creative, I can't make things. Once they'd had a little glass of something fizzy and a mince pie, they just relaxed into it and were able to create these incredible designs. It was so beautiful. Okay, so I just did stalks down, so now I'm doing stalks up. You can already begin to see just how beautiful it's going to look, just with 4 little posies already. This is probably the stage where you'll begin to freak out and think, oh, it doesn't look right. This is how big it can look. Obviously you can go smaller if you use smaller bunches, but I like a really big juicy wreath. So keep going, keep the faith, keep going. So down, and that one goes up. People have likened this to rising trot. Up, down, up, down, up, down. This is a lot easier. Just a quick tea break. So when you get all the way round to the very top again with your hoop, just position your last piece. Remember which way it was. So this one is going down. Wrap the wire around. And then if you've got any little missing bits, you can just easily insert a few extra berries. Now you can see here, I've got some little legs, so I'll just cut those off. And you just work your way around. If I had nice sharp secateurs, that would be great. And just get rid of any little bits that you see here. And then wrap the wire around several times for security for the postman. There we go. And flip the wreath over. Now you want to take an extra long piece here, and when you cut it off, if you can cut it off, there we go, thread it through the bits of wire that you've got, so then it's beautifully secure. And then our Christmas wreath, thank you Dotty, ready.